Spoilers. We are going to be talking spoilers. I gave people the weekend. I gave you Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Your boy got a little bit busy yesterday, and I gave you Monday as well, which means that we are now past the Deadpool and Wolverine spoiler embargoes. We're going to be talking about this shit. There's going to be a whole lot of discussion. There's going to be a whole lot of video. You may even see some spoilery thumbnails. Understand I gave you 4 days. If in the last 4 days you haven't been able to see it, I'm assuming that you have some type of serious issue going on and you're going to be seeing it down the line. So I would suggest you stay off of TikTok, definitely, because every time I open up TikTok, there are literally people watching the film on TikTok. I would suggest you stay off of YouTube, but then again, you may not want to stay off of YouTube because hold on, let me check to see if it's still even on YouTube. Because hold on, nope, wait, hold on, is this it? No, I mean clips for it are on YouTube. But yesterday, I logged on to YouTube and somebody had uploaded the entire fucking movie. And the entire movie was up for around 8 hours and had gotten viewed like 300,000 times. I'm not seeing it in my history currently. So I'm going to assume that YouTube finally caught up to it and they deleted it. Because there was no way in hell they were going to allow that to stay up for any long periods of time. But the first thing we're going to talk about is we are going to be talking about that major team up, that unexpected team up that happened about an hour into the film. First off, I will, in all honesty, say that while there were a ton of leaks in regards to this film, like on Twitter, I remember seeing Sabretooth, I remember seeing Pyro. This was before the trailers came out that even showed those characters. I remembered seeing Cassandra Nova before we even, like I said, got the trailer to know that she was in the film. There were clips of her walking around, and people online were assuming, oh no, it might be a gender bent Professor X variant running around in the thing. And then more calmer minds were like, nah, dog, she might just be playing Cassandra Nova. I remember seeing Juggernaut. I remember seeing Azazel. I remember seeing who else did we miss? We missed one other person. I remembered seeing one other character who's not coming to mind right now. But that doesn't matter anyway, shape, or form. And then, of course, there were clips that there may or may not have been other Deadpool variants running around outside of Ryan Reynolds, which we now know that what we basically saw leak-wise was I forgot what's his name, but it's not Ryan Reynolds doing the NSYNC dance at the beginning. But there was a shot of both him in the Deadpool costume and one other Deadpool that everybody assumed in the forest scene was the stunt double. Turns out it was not the stunt double. It was actually the dude who was doing the NSYNC dance. Is it Bye Bye Bye? I think it's Bye Bye Bye. Bye 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 is NSYNC, right? NSYNC. Yeah, Bye 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 is NSYNC. But, oh boy. My boy Deadpool goes into the forest, has an epic fight with Wolverine inside the vehicle, and then they exit the forest and run into the most unexpected, well-kept secret, thank God, team up in this film. Which is, we first get introduced to, I think the first person who walks into the room is Elektra. Or if it's not Elektra, the first person who walks into the room is, first off, Daphne Keene. So great seeing her character back of X-23. Absolutely loved it. I love the fact that the X-23 variant even put on the glasses that she had in Logan to throw down, running around fucking killing people. That was absolutely fantastic. But then, I don't know who did the music for Blade, but there was like a panther growl or some type of lion growl. Something growled. And then Wesley Snipes' Blade character ended up walking into frame. And I remember it literally became, with the squad that I went with to go see this film, it literally became the Joe Rogan meme where it was just like everybody freaking out in our row because nobody expected essentially to see Wesley Snipes' Blade come walking into frame. Nobody even expected to see Wesley Snipes as Blade ever again, especially with Mahershala Ali. And Wesley Snipes had an interview where he basically said that Ryan Reynolds had called him like a year or so ago and was like, "Hey, I have this crazy idea. I wonder if you'd be down." And he was like, "Hey, if you can make it happen, I'll show up. But it's gonna be on you whether or not you can make it happen." And he was like, 1 week later, he called him back and was like, "Yeah, it's definitely a go. Are you interested?" And he was like, "A chance to play Blade again in the MCU?" He was like, "Fuck yeah, I was in." So he jetted down there, suited up as Blade one more time, and he looked absolutely fucking dope. Then the next person who I did not expect, but I was happy as hell to see, because back in the day, Jennifer Garner as Elektra, but then also as that assassin killing bitch on Alias, because you couldn't trust her, even though she was the protagonist. She was getting up to some nefarious shit, but she was fine as hell on Alias. But seeing her character of Elektra essentially come back was absolutely fucking fantastic, because even though I know a lot of people didn't really like the Elektra film, I was a young kid. Anything comic book wise you threw in front of me, I was going to gobble up and enjoy. And Jennifer Garner's Elektra, along with her Alias character, along with her Peppermint character, kind of fits into that box that I put Ellen Ripley and Sarah Connor in, of just super badass, awesome women. So seeing her character on screen was an absolute fucking delight seeing her again. And I love the fact that there was even a dig, because Deadpool was like, "Oh my god, Elektra." It's like, but what about Daredevil? And it's like, our Daredevil died, and she was just so nonchalant and over it. She was just like, whatever. And I don't know whether or not that was like a little throw, a little dig, a little shot at her former husband, because I have no idea how Ben Affleck fumbled that bag. Like, if I was married to Jennifer Garner, I would be happy for the rest of my days. For the rest of my days. Jennifer Garner looks like the type of woman that supports your dreams, gives you that extra little nudge, and then sometimes you'll just walk into the house and she's singing like Adele or Beyonce while like baking some shit. And you're just like, this is the home life that I've been looking for. No idea how you fumbled that bag and ended up with J Lo, who looks like she is stressing him the fuck out on a daily fucking basis. I haven't seen this man this miserable since he became an alcoholic after he did Batman, and that is saying something. But then the creme de la creme, the pièce de la résistance. That Cajun heat, the Cajun fever himself, came waltzing through the door. That man, Remy LeBeau, played by Channing Tatum. Listen to me. A long time ago, and by a long time ago, I mean a long fucking time ago, I'm talking about at the height of Fox's X-Men powers, Channing Tatum wanted to play Gambit. And I think this was after X-Men Origin Wolverine and we had gotten Taylor Kitsch. Now, I know there's some people out there who will say, why didn't they bring back Taylor Kitsch's character? Shut the fuck up. Seriously. He did an okay Gambit. It was fine, but the Gambit that I wanted to see was Channing Tatum's Gambit. And it was in development hell for the longest time. And the fact that Ryan Reynolds was able to pull those strings and finally bring Gambit, and I mean Gambit, to the big screen, to the point where I was worried. I was like, yeah, they're gonna bring Gambit, but when he's using the cards, are they gonna be like concussive blasts when he detonates them, or is he gonna like throw a card that sticks in someone and it's gonna detonate and just send body parts everywhere? It was the latter option, and I fucking loved it. There is even a scene where somebody knocks him onto the ground and he looks at them, supercharges the staff, uses the kinetic force to like boost himself back up, taps four people in the chest with the staff, whips the staff, puts it to his side, and then like snaps his fingers, and all four of those people blow up. And I was like, this is the Gambit that I used to play with on X-Men Legends. This is the Gambit that I used to play with. And what the fuck was the X-Men game? It wasn't X-Men Legends. It was the other one that was adjacent to X-Men Legends, because I think X-Men Legends 2 was the one that dealt with Apocalypse and the Four Horsemen. That was the one where I first discovered my love for Psylocke. But I think it wasn't X-Men Legends. It's another X-Men game that I'm forgetting the name of, from the PlayStation 2 era, that had Gambit as one of the characters that you could essentially play as. And I was like, that's all I need. That's all I want. All I want is Gambit to be able to run around and stick people with cards and then watch them blow up in confetti. And they gave me that. And I love the fact that they played up his accent. Because if you've ever watched X-Men 97, or if you've ever watched the original X-Men, sometimes Gambit will start talking so fast with that Cajun accent, you can't understand shit. So I absolutely love that you could understand every other fucking word. Like, you could understand every other word that came out of Channing Tatum's Remy LeBeau's mouth. And that made me mad, because I so very much wanted to be able to see and enjoy a Gambit film with him in the lead. And it shows that he would have, in all honesty, given, because I remember he had dropped the concept art a long time ago about how he wanted his Gambit to look. I love the fact that he went to them and was like, no, I want you to make me as comic book accurate as fucking possible. Great. Perfect decision. Loved every single second of it. Is he now too old to play Gambit? Yes. Would I be down to see his Gambit essentially come back in the future in regards to Secret Wars or Doomsday? Absolutely. Because I think a lot of people don't realize that Secret Wars is going to be the end of the MCU. It is going to, essentially, Secret Wars is going to lead the battle world, and this is going to be the chance for them to do a major overall reboot of the entire MCU. And I think that's a great idea, because a lot of the actors that are currently playing these characters are getting too old to continue playing these characters. You can't keep bringing back Robert Downey Jr. I'm extremely sorry. He's getting up there in age. You can't keep bringing back Nicolas Cage as Nick Fury. Nicolas Cage. That would have been, Nicolas Cage as classic Nick Fury would have been a force to be reckoned with. I meant to say Samuel L. Jackson. You can't keep bringing back Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. He's getting up there in age. This is a good chance, now that you have the majority of the properties under your control, now that you've got Avengers, X-Men, Thunderbolts, Shi'ar, Kree, Skrulls, Phoenix, Galactus, Fantastic Four, Annihilus and the Annihilation Wave, Richard Rider, Nova Corps. You already had the Watchers. You've got Thanos. You could do Lady Death. You have Hela. All of these characters that are now under your control. You can do Inhumans. You can do Mutants. You can do Eternals. You can do Deviants. You can do Celestials. You can do Beyonders. Now that all of that is back under Marvel, it's time to reset. Like we could hit that reset button. But it was a joy going to this film, being able to sit down and see these characters I never thought I would ever see again walk out onto the screen, ball out, have an absolute blast with them, and then just close a chapter in my young life that I didn't know I needed to close. Right? Where Blade gets to ride off into the sunset, where Elektra gets to ride off into the sunset, where Gambit finally gets to appear and do some baller shit for once. It's a joy. It's a joy. But let me know what you guys think about the team up. Comment down below. And we're going to keep on rocking, baby. We're going to be talking about all this stuff in different videos. But I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.